Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
It was hard for me to believe that Julius Jones was still worth being the starting running back in Seattle. As we drew into December, we saw Justin Forsett have so much success in the couple games that he filled in for Jones. I couldn't really wrap my mind around why Jim Mora Jr. would start Jones. Now, Jones is a guy that does technically sound. He does do some decent things that you like to see from a guy who's a starting running back on your team, but he's not explosive anymore. He's not a touchdown maker anymore. He had a yard per carry average under, I think it was about 3.7, I want to say, last year. Not explosive, where Justin had, I want to say, a 5.4 yard per carry average last season. So he just doesn't have that explosion. This offseason, back with the team. Team cuts Lindell White, so here we are. And right now, Julius Jones and Justin Forsett are locked in an open competition to see who will start. I know there's been rumors about maybe Marshawn Lynch moving over to this team. We're just going to have to wait and see what that situation, what that brings, if Marshawn does get moved or not. Who knows? But for now, it's Jones versus Forsett. If it's a true open competition, I fully expect Forsett to win that job because he is the more explosive player at this time. And to be honest with you, he really does do pretty good things in his own right when he's on the football field as well in some of those technical areas. So with this situation, Jones, if he does win for some reason, he does traditionally have hot starts early in the season, maybe the first month. Maybe he's worth having on your team right at the very end of the draft and rolling the dice with him as a flex play option if he's got an easy matchup to take advantage of early on in the season. But I'd say scrap him after the first 4 to 6 games unless he's really getting it done, because he just hasn't been able to get it done for a few seasons now. Definitely not with the Seahawks. They still have a shaky offensive line. I know they brought in Jim Bates, I want to say, to be their offensive line coach, and that should help. He's had a lot of success over the years coaching up offensive lines, but still, it comes down to the talent that you have on the team, and do they have the talent to be a consistently good offensive line? I'm going to say no, but we'll just have to find out as the season moves along.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.